Hello everyone, this is a review of the Nikon Speedlight SB700. A few people ask me whether I can review some more flashes because they're not sure what to choose from, and that's why I'm making this video of the third flash I'm testing or I'm using, and so I'm testing it. If you want to check out my other videos, it's the Metz AF64 1 digital as well as the Yongnuo 560 Mark III Speedlight. Well, this is a TTL flash now, the Nikon one in front of me, whereas the Yongnuo is a manual flash. However, price-wise, of course, there is a big difference. Well, before we starting this flash and having a look in the menu, we're just gonna have a quick look from the outside. For the size, it's quite heavy, to be honest. It's 470 grams with the batteries, so it's about 100 grams less, excluding the batteries. However, as I said before, for the size, it's quite heavy, and well, it feels really solid. It's a definitely solid build. Maybe it's a bit too solid, to be honest. Like you can hear this noise here. It's quite loud compared to my other flashes. You can turn this, however, in both directions 180 degrees. So I'm not sure why you can turn it left and right to 180 degrees, but nevertheless it's 360 full turn. Of course, you have the scale, the typical scale on the back side here, to have the angle of what you're using it for, but well, I'm sure no one checks it. Well, I never take a look at it. If I use it, it's just, well, I put it to one spot and then leave it that way usually. Well, yeah, the backside has the display and the control buttons. We'll come to that later. The battery compartment sits on the right side of the flash. You can see here 4 AA batteries. On the front side, of course, we have the grid and measuring for TTL. And on the other side, well, there is nothing basically. The button for turning and changing angle is on the other side. So this is basically just a dummy, let's say. On the front, we have the standard reflector part and the deflector for wide angle shots. So, well, this is basically, for me, it's obligatory. I'm not going to buy a flash with these not included. So yeah, well, this is, by the time I bought this flash, it was the smallest Nikon flash which offered those two things, while the 600 didn't. On the bottom, we have the connector to the camera. I'll zoom in a bit now so we can have a better look at that. Well, this one should be fine. Well, you can see there is no normal screw, like I'll show you this one here. Like this flash, it has this thing to turn around. Well, this has just a flick. It goes from unlock to lock basically. It moves the pin, of course. It's pretty simple, it's really fast. However, it's not really solid, to be honest. The camera and the flash are connected, sure, it doesn't go off. However, there's still some vibrations and some movement in the flash, whereas other flashes, which have this, well, let's say, conventional screwing system, then it's definitely more solid and there's a better connection between the flash and the camera itself. I'm not sure why Nikon went from this, well, thing which takes a few seconds to this thing which takes, well, half a second probably, but I would prefer the old version, to be honest, especially with this kind of weight. Well, now we're gonna turn this flash on. I'll just move this into the camera so we can see a bit more on the screen. Well, turning this on, it works with this small pin here. You can see from on to off or from off to on. And there are 2 more settings, remote and master. For choosing those settings, you have to push this button, which is inside the switch here. So you can not accidentally change to remote or master and wonder why the flash is not working anymore. Same goes with the way back. So you have to push it, hold it and turn it. Usually it's quite easy, but now I'm not sure. Well, it's not the standard position I'm using this in, so excuse me for that one. And well, but standard, of course, manual, TTL and group mode here, and that works in the mode, well, set to on, of course. On the other side, we have the well, switch for, let's say, a preference of how the light goes out of this flash. There is the normal mode, there is a, let's say, spot flash mode, and there is a wide flash mode. I'm generally using this in normal mode because I don't really see that much of a difference. It does something in the camera internally, you can feel it, but even for wide angle shots, I'm sure if you move this deflector card out, which I showed you before, it's definitely more worth it than changing to this wide angle or whatever. Starting with TTL, of course. Well, the flash sets everything itself. So if you have TTL mode on, it checks the aperture of your lens as well as the zoom. Of course, you can zoom manually by pushing the zoom button and turning this wheel here. It goes from 120 to 28 or 24. Well, it's a standard zoom size. Let's say 120 is quite nice, but the power of the flash is not that much. So I wouldn't recommend using really long focal length lenses with those flashes because it's just the power output under 40 with ISO 100 at the maximum zoom. And well, depending on the aperture of your lens, if you don't have a 2.8 lens, then probably there won't be that much light reaching the target at the end anymore. Well, in manual mode, you can of course change the zoom as well, and you can also change the power output. This is maximum power, and you can change it down, turning this wheel to the left side in 3 steps, and every step then, well, a full step, let's say, and you can turn this to 1/128, and this is the lowest output, but nevertheless, I usually, well, use it in TTL mode or full power, because as I said before, the power is not that much, and well, I'm not decreasing the power even more. Maybe if I do some macro shot, but for macro you use a rain flash or anything else, that's probably also not the best choice, because yeah, you have shadows on the picture, and that's, well, not that much better. Well, yeah, that's it about the flash basically. I recommend this flash for people who want to, well, try out if they really want to use a flash, or for people who don't regularly use one but still want to have these TTL features. Of course, there are also cheaper, well, no-name flashes. Let's say Yongnuo offers a TTL flash for a little more than $100. This one should be around $200. However, if you want to use it and you don't want to hassle with these manual settings, and you just want to say, I want to turn it on and use it, and it should be a good result, then this is quite some nice flash to go for. Size-wise, it's of course not that big. Well, weight-wise, as I said before, it's not the lightest for its size, but yeah, well, if you have a D3000 series or the D5000 series from Nikon, this is probably some nice pick, because, well, for those small camera bodies, this is quite big already, and if you want to put something even bigger on it, it might look a bit weird, to be honest, because people using those small cameras, they probably don't use the most expensive lenses. So yeah, I'm not sure whether you should buy a flash which is a few $100s more, and you're using a camera which costs less than the flash. If you have any questions concerning the flash, which went to standby, so I'll turn this off now, please feel free to leave me a comment. I would also like if you subscribe to my channel, and goodbye.